We are back, sharing a cup with that voice that you heard to the top. She's a mezzo-soprano. So I just learned that there are sopranos, and then there's that subtle, sort of sexy kind of voice that you heard from Michele Dowrich a short while ago. I am so happy to have her here. She is the sister of one of my good friends. Never met Michele, but you would have seen Laura Dowrich, Philip, on the show. She's been a regular member on our show, and her sister has a voice on her. And quite an accomplished one at that. Welcome.
You're too kind, Joel.
We had a little short chat off air that I just want to start things off with. Michele said, she's a little nervous, if you recognize, she's a little nervous. She said her voice, and when she's on stage, is ready for singing. But she doesn't use her voice to talk much, she just sings. It's the opposite with me. You hear my voice, and
I find it's a rather sexy, low voice.
Yes. My grandmother told me I should be singing. And I never learned to sing. I can't hold a note to save my life. So I said my voice is strictly for talking.
Joel, I think you haven't found the right teachers yet.
And she is a teacher and a choir mistress. So maybe you should sign me up.
Feel free.
Sign me up. You have swept the 29th Music Awards. Your choirs, I think you had 2 choirs involved in the Music Awards?
Yes, I did. Firstly, I'm the music teacher at St. Joseph's Convent, San Fernando.
San Fernando.
And I sent in about 4 choirs.
Oh, there were 4 choirs?
Yes, we formed a mixed choir with St. Benedict's College this year for the first time.
Right.
My junior choir, my all-round choir, that's when everybody under the number 40 will get into that choir.
Right.
And I had 2 folk song choirs.
And you swept, I think, I'm saying the Providence Shield, the Seagood Cup, the Desmond Waite Trophy, the Raleigh Cup, all of those awards you would have swept with various choirs.
Yes, we did take about 6 trophies, 3 at the championships, and then 3 of them were the adjudicator awards. And I also have an alumni choir. I had some talented girls back in 2009. Right. They were my everything for 7 years, and then they all graduated, went off to university. Right. And in the 2016 music festival, I called them up and I said, "You interested in singing? Let's get back on the road." And they did, and so the SJC Voix Riche was formed, and this year they took 6 trophies again, including the President's Trophy for the most outstanding performance in the Open Class Festival.
I remember the music festival as a young boy, because I was part of the choir too, You see, you think it's joke making, Michele? I was part of the choir.
No, man.
It's just my voice never developed. My singing voice never developed.
No, we need to do something.
But I remember those music festival days. I was here, I remember going and being part of all the festivals.
Joel, I lived
so much fun.
Yes, Joel, I live for music festival.
Yeah.
In fact, the running joke for me is that I never sang publicly or solo until my final year as a student in St. Joseph's Convent, San Fernando. And that last year I decided, let's just go for it. And strange enough, I came 3rd in the girls' vocal solo, 16 to 19. I entered duet, we entered trio, we bust on stage because we learned the song the day before. We had lots of fun. Yeah. But as an adult, and I've been singing with the Southern Hills Choir under Joyce Caesar since I've been 16, so that's a very long time ago. And
you're 18 now?
Just boring 20. I tell all my students, I'm just 21. But I hope to retire.
Yes, retire young.
Yes. So since then, I've been in music festival right up until I became a professional and couldn't sing again.
But take me back, because you're talking teenage years there. I understand that you also play the piano. You're a pianist.
I do not call myself a pianist. But I play for church.
Right.
That's my description.
Right.
I did take piano lessons.
Where did music and song become part of your life?
Well, I'll give you that history in a nutshell. Both my parents sang at church,
Right.
so I grew up. I was the first of 6.
Right.
So yes, I'm Laura's big sister.
You're Laura's
I'm
big
the biggest
sister.
one.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So
big sister.
they both sang at church, and I was always in awe of what they did, of the
Right.
music making.
That's mommy and daddy.
Mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
And then I had this aunt who lived in New York,
Right.
and she came home every year. But whenever she came, she would take one of the nieces or nephews around with her.
Right.
That year she came was 76, and she took me around. And in her visits, she visited her old music teacher, Mrs. Evangeline Hutchinson. Lots of Southerners would have been trained under her. So there I am sitting down in her room watching all these pianos and this tiny old lady, teaching. And afterwards, my aunt just looked at me and said, "Why aren't you taking me at piano lessons?" Mommy never sent me. And after that, she went home and she buffed them. She said, "This child needs to go to piano lessons." And from September of 77, I started. A hardback 12-year-old.
A hardback 12-year-old.
Yes. And then...
Because you weren't singing. You talking. You
No,
learned
I
to
was
play the piano.
just strictly piano.
Right.
I played for music festival. In fact, my one and only foray into music festival, a friend of mine and I did the piano duet. And we played well in San Fernando.
Yeah.
Because we were the only entrance. So Joel, there we were at Queen's Hall on this huge grand piano, and I blanked out. The girls who were helping us turn the pages were pointing at the music, and all I saw were notes swimming in the air. I blanked out.
Crowd waiting on you to perform.
My friend was playing away because I was playing, I think, the bottom part.
Right.
And she's playing the primo, the first part, and she's playing. And I blanked out. I played the first page. I played the last page. I didn't play the beginning, the middle. Went back to San Fernando, and her school had music festival highlights. I did the same thing again.
They said the piano not for you.
No. No. Then the organist in church fell sick. I was probably like about 16 or 17.
Right.
And my priest, Nolly Clark at the time, came to me and said, just called the Saturday afternoon and said, "The organist is sick. He's in the hospital. Find somebody to teach you to play the organ." That was it. I played for church.
But you started to sing? But
I started to sing more or less around age 17.
Right.
My first major solo was with the Southern Hills Choir. I hadn't joined us yet, but the choir was in the habit of doing carols and night lessons at St. Paul's Anglican Church, my church, every Christmas.
Right.
They wanted somebody to open with this little light of mine. And Joy called and said, "Michelle, come and sing the song for us." After that, I joined the choir.
wow. How and when did you find your voice? Because as you said, so you're a mezzo soprano. I mean, your voice, did you know that you could have done those things with your voice?
No.
You can remember that when you recognize, hey, I can do this and I can do that.
I don't think it was a case of
You just did it
being
naturally?
surprised that I could do this or do that.
Yeah.
It happened. My father always played lots of records on a Sunday morning, so
Right.
we were immersed in
Music. Yeah.
classical music, all the classics, all the church, all the choirs. We just had all of them.
Yes.
And then going to festival and watching mommy perform too. Yes.
It was almost natural
Yes,
because
yes.
in the church, at home, music was kind of all over. But it was a hobby. Based on what it was a hobby that has turned
into my career.
So, I mean, but since music has taken over your life, I mean, no, you playing any sports now?
No.
No.
I tried lawn tennis in school, and from
Yeah.
the time the coach came and said, "Play a game," I went home.
Yeah.
So I'm not big into sports.
No.
I love to bake, though.
So you have to come with me and bake something for me in
Who
the kitchen.
knows?
You see
I
what mean?
love baking,
You love baking.
muffins and cakes.
You serious?
Yes.
And Michelle, you're a mother of 3 as well.
I have 3
You
wonderful
have
sons
3 boys. Yeah.
and a granddaughter.
Wow. Yeah. So your hands are pretty full.
Yes.
Yeah, your hands are pretty full. What's coming up though? I mean, when music festival is over, for someone like you and the choirs, what's on the horizon in terms of the annual calendar?
Well, for me personally, for the last 3 years, I've attempted doing a couple concerts of my own,
Yeah.
whether it's Christmas or whatever time of the year. So far, it's mainly been Christmas.
Christmas,
I have
yeah.
my own Christmas show.
You have a Christmas voice.
I love Christmas music.
I can hear your voice at Christmas. Yeah.
I did do a recital many years ago under the Southern Hills Choir. It was very successful. But right now coming up, we have a couple events with festival highlights.
Right.
So the Roman Catholic Church in San Fernando, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, will be featuring their Easter Joy, and the majority of the participants would be the schools and participants of the music festival, the winners.
Yeah.
Then the Southern Music Festival Committee is having their own highlights. South cupped most of the adjudicator awards this year.
You're a proud South girl, aren't you?
Yes,
You're
I
a proud
am
South girl,
a proud
yeah.
South girl and a proud SJC SF girl. So anything south of South Park. Got me. So yes. So that will be coming up on the 27th of April. And both the school and the alumni choir would be performing.
Michele Dowrich, thank you so much for sharing your voice with us this morning.
It's been my pleasure.
Stay with us. After the short break, Michele will bless us with another song that's you're doing You Raise Me Up. That's the second song you're going to do for us this morning. You Raise Me Up. And you're going to come on back because that voice, I mean, I can listen to it for the entire morning. Any thoughts about doing like a CD or?
Joel, so many people have been asking. It's to get around it.
Yeah,
or maybe if someone out there is willing to take a chance on me, I'm willing.
You're willing, yeah. Michele Dowrich, she swept the music festival with her choirs, and yeah, from time to time she could do some solo acts. Look out for her. She's blessing us with her music this morning. We're serenading you on a Sunday. Michele Dowrich will be up next with You Raise Me Up.